Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Yikakadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah being the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. And now we're going to get into the topic of the revolution will not be televised, and we're going to go into the prophecies and show how the revolution will be televised. And it is being televised as we speak, because that revolution is the awakening of the children of Israel. See, now it's a semi-true statement, because when you look at the news and the television, see, it's not going to be on their television, even though it have been on CNN. That CNN video probably got in the freaking almost to 1 billion views now, but it should be still in the millions. That the CNN or Fox, I forget which one, brought the subject up on the Israelites. Okay, because they was talking about the situation that happened with the Native American dude and the little Catholic boy, when the Catholic boy was mocking him in his face, and he was an older man. I think he was beating a drum, or he was doing some kind of situation with the Native American festival, or some kind of Native American situation. So anyhow, it has been televised, and it's being televised on a high level. This is why they're trying to shut down the communication, because they already know this is how their kingdom gonna fall. Now let's go into the prophecies. Here, my two scriptures I wanted was Timothy. I want this 1 Timothy 1:18, because it shows how important these prophecies is. And the prophecies said that this thing would be televised, that people will see the revolution. It says, "This charge I giving unto you, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before unto thee, that thou by them, by the prophecies, might war a good warfare." So the warfare is going to be, or the weapon that's going to be used in the warfare is going to be the prophecy. This 2 Corinthians 10:4, it says, "For the weapons," what's the weapons? The prophecies "of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty." See, these prophecies is mighty through the Most High to pulling down of strongholds, casting down imagination, and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach. Now, when you go into these high things, these strongholds, these imaginations and lies, see, it's the imagination of the people that think that these prophecies not going to be fulfilled. To think, oh, the Lord has done away with the so-called Old Testament. That's old. Them in the Bible days and all this crap that these ignorant people spew out of their mouth. Okay? Because the Lord is using these prophecies to battle and fight with. Let's get another one. Ephesians 6. He says here, what is it, 11? It said, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High." See, that armor go along with the weapons. It says, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to fight the wiles of the devil, For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against the powers, and against the rulers. See, and these governments, rulers, and kings and powers, these are the people we gonna be utilizing these prophecies against. It says, of the darkness of this world, see, the imagination and the lies, the high things in this world. So against spiritual wickedness in high places. See, he's saying the same thing he said in 2 Corinthians 10. Then these lies and imaginations of the people is high wickedness. Okay, I'm gonna jump down to verse let's see here. Verse 16, it says, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye may be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. So the wicked, we know, that's a specific nation in the so-called prophecies. And that wicked is is who we prophesying against and using these prophecies against. Okay, it says, take the helmet of salvation, the sword of the Spirit. See, now we're going to get into that Spirit, which is the Word of God, real. Because I almost forgot about that one. Let's get into the Spirit, which is the weapon, which is going to bring us back to the main weapon that we're using. Okay, so this Revelation, let's get Revelation 19 and 10. It says, I'm going to just get the bottom sentence. It says, worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So now we're dealing with the spirit. Okay? And that spirit is the spirit of prophecy. This is how we're going to battle and fight this war, which is a spiritual war. That's why I said spiritual wickedness, because it's a bunch of imaginations in folks' head. That's a bunch of lies, and they believe in it, believe in false imagination. And that's go along with the television. See, you're giving them a vision, you're giving them something to imagine in their head, and it's a lie. It's a false lie vision. Giving them a vision, that's a lie. That's going into Corinthians. These powers, governments, rulers, the fourth kingdom, to be specific, that was in Daniel chapter 7 and Revelation 12 and 13 and 17 and 18. This fourth kingdom is giving the people false imagination, bold-faced lie. That's why they government say, what's our religion? We have a governmental religion. See, we are a governmental. We're a religious nation. Their nation is pushing a specific religion. See, and it's one of the secondest greatest religions in the world. It's only two major ones: the Islam and the Christian. So they pushing the Christian religion. This is 2 Corinthians 4 and 4. It says, in who the God of this world, see, the power, the principalities, the rulers, the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not. Okay, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach. See, the good news, the glorious good news is not going to shine on these people, because they watching that television and they listening to the religion, the false imaginations that's been cast in this kingdom by the governments. See, Trump got a Trump Bible. You see, it says, lest the light of the gospel of a Mashiach, the glorious gospel of a Mashiach Salakia, who is the image of God. See, that image, there you go with the imagination. See, they giving you a false imagination with that white Jesus. The false image. Giving you an Edomite Jesus, man. That's a false image. He was not an Edomite. He was not an Idumean. He was not a Roman. See, he was not a Greek. He was a certified Israelite. And them people migrated down to the so-called Africa and colonized and enslaved them people. And told them people, what you gonna have to give us taxes to our Edomite Caesars. And everybody know that all the Caesars was Edomites, Greeks and Romans. See, the Haronian dynasty was a bunch of Edomites. See, and they putting the image, they image up so nobody can see the real image. See, that's why he says, who is the image of the Most High should shine upon them. You can't shine the right image because they're giving you the wrong image. See, they blinding you with the wrong image. And this verse need to be used right along with John. Let's get that. Job. That verse need to be used with Job 9 and 24. Jump onto that one. Job 9 and 24 real quick. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. There go the fiery darts of the wicked again. What's the fiery dart? What's one of the major fiery darts? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. See, he putting the image of God up as himself. This is what 2 Thessalonians is talking about. See, he putting a false image up, and that false image is blinding the people. The image of God can't shine through because you blinding them with the darn Romans and the Greeks and the Edomites and these Babylonian Americans. It says, if not, where and who is he? Who else is putting the image up of the Most High, blinding the people from the true image? Who is the God, the power of this world that got the power to put up a specific religion as number one, which Ronald Reagan was pushing it to? Oh, we going with this Bible, and this is a Christian country. This is the religion of this country is a Christian nation. You see, they pushing that image of a Edomite, a Mashiach, and so Apostle Paul was hitting them left and right. See, that's about 3 verses Apostle Paul done drop bombs on them. See, the fiery darts that these people done pushed out there. And they always got Paul in their mouth. He the Christ of their religion. But and they using him as they're using him with a false understanding. But let's get I want the 2 Thessalonians. Let's get the 2 Thessalonians, verse 4. Now it said this man of sin, this son of perdition, these governments, the fourth kingdom that's going to be ruling in the end. It says, verse 4, who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called God, the Most High, or that is worship, so that he, as God, sit in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. So he put his image up. He put his image up so the image of the true God wouldn't shine to the people. He blinded the people with his image. That's why in Revelation chapter 1, he had to give you the image of the Mashiach, the true image of the Mashiach. He had to reveal himself in the beginning of the Revelation to John. He said, John, I need you to write this in a book. Look at what he said in is it this one here? He says, who bear record of the word of God and of the testimony of Yahushua, Mashiach. What's that? The prophecy. The spirit of prophecy is the testimony of Yahushua. So he had to bring the spirit of prophecy that they was going to cover the faces of the judges thereof. I got another one for that one too in Isaiah. See, the prophecies prophesied about them putting up an image and blinding the people. He says, and those things that's written therein, because he talks about a book. I want that specific verse. What he talking about? Put this in a book, man. Okay. So, Salakia. There it is, verse 11. He says, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, and what you see, write in a book. See, write this in a book, man, so these Israelites can see the image of the Lord. So they can see the image of Yahweh. He can be revealed to them, because the God of this world is going to blind those that believe not. See, because they don't want to realize the image. That's why you got these people talking about y'all ain't going with the context of the Bible, and they saying that color, the image don't matter. Oh, the image don't matter. You ain't got to worry about no image. It ain't about the image. See, the image don't matter. And that's why they stuck in darkness. Because they thinking that the image don't matter. And the image is the main weapon that he using to blind the people. See, the God of this world has blinded the minds of the unbeliever, so they can't see the image of the Most High, which is Yahweh. He is the image of the Most High. And he was being revealed soon in Revelation chapter 1. They had to reveal him, because he was the true image. They put a false image up so they can blind the people. So let's go get that. When they put the false image, who and how many people was they blinding? It's Isaiah 25 and 7. It says, and he will destroy in this mountain. See, the God of this world. That mountain stands for kingdom, and that's the fourth kingdom in Daniel chapter 7. Daniel chapter 7 says the fourth kingdom going to be the last kingdom ruling, and it's going to be a mountain. It says that he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people. See, through that image, he put a covering cast over the people. They don't know what the heck to think, because they seeing the image blinding they behind. And that's what fugitives do. They put on a mask, man. So they want to cover their face so you can't see who they is, and know that they the criminal that's committing the crime. It says he put the covering cast over all people, and a veil that is spread over all nations. So this is how he pretty much deceived the whole world, by putting his image up like he's Superman. He can't even beat nobody in a boxing match, and beat nobody running, basketball, baseball. He can't do nothing, man. Can't beat you in no kind of competition, but he's Superman. See, that's why when he tried to portray Rocky, Muhammad Ali came out there and said, hey, what you talking about? You the greatest of all time. You a boxer. You can be the champion of the world. You can beat Apollo Creed. Stop lying, man. That's why they got to say the great white hope, because they know dang well you ain't finna beat no freaking Negro in nothing. That's why when Jack Johnson in 1901, he stood up and whooped all they behind and got with they women. And they wanted to kill him. They made a movie talking about King Kong. But they know that's the only way they can try to pick at the man. So y'all gonna let this big King Kong Negro come and snatch up our women and ride around in the convertible. See, talking about he the greatest of all time boxer. We got to find somebody to beat him. They went to find some dude, big arm, big legs. He's the biggest dude they can find, and try so they can beat him. And he still wants to beat him. Just like now, they'll try to find a big old dude, and he probably is a descendant of one of the Israelites. That's why he winning. But he looked like one of them, so they can blind you by an imposter. They can get somebody that look like they're a part of their nation, but he really is a part of the Israelite nation. But let's get into this veil that they spread over all nations. But Isaiah 60. Because that verse in 2 Corinthians 4:4, it says the darkness. And in Ephesians 6 and 6:12, it said the darkness of this world. See, this is Isaiah 60 verse 2. It says, and this is why it's going to take us to Job, to the land of the Edomites. It say, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. See, because the darkness came from this false image. They put up the false image. Through that false image, now you can be the false people. It's believable that you the false people. See, if it was not that image, they would have never believed that these people was connected to that land over there. Talking about he olive color, he brown, he light brown and all this, he golden brown and all that crap. Now so that's got the darkness. Let's get Job again. Job 10. Salakia. Job 10 and 21. He said, behold, I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. See, this is where our people's at, man. They in the land of darkness. They don't even understand it. They thinking that this place is the land of light. You got the lady, the Statue of Liberty. She got the hand held up. She supposed to be the beacon of light. Like America is the beacon of light. Now it's gonna be the beacon of light because this is where it's gonna be televised. The major vision is gonna be seen here in Babylon, the Great America. Verse 22, it say the land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, where the light is as darkness. So they got a beacon of light, and what they calling a beacon of light is democracy, which is a lie, that they not working off no democracy. It's a republic. That's why you got Republicans and the Democrats, because they know it's a republic operation, and they just putting that democracy and Democrat crap out there to fool the people. That's why Lyndon B. Johnson, he said we get these folks to vote Democrat. We give these folks what they want just a little bit with this integration bill or this civil rights bill. They'll be voting for us for 200 some years, man, because we gonna give them this civil rights bill where they can think they got some rights. So they want to trick you to think it's a democracy, but it ain't no democracy. It's a republic. That's why you got Republicans. And right now, when all the drama pops off, who running the operation? The Republicans, because it's a republic. And they say the republic for which we stand. They don't say from the democracy which we stand. They say the republic which we stand. But they gonna tell you the light. They don't fool the people to think that it's about a light. Salaki. They don't fool the people to think that the light is this stern democracy, false democracy that has never happened. This false integration that never happened. So let's see here. So let's go into these prophecies about the awakening, because he gonna be revealed. So let's go back to Thessalonians, 2nd chapter, verse 8. It says, "And then shall the wicked be revealed." So the wicked gonna be revealed, that he put his image up. See, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. He put up the false imaginations. He put up this false philosophy. Well, Colossians 2:8. See, beware those who come with this philosophy crap and ain't telling you what Yahushua said. See, Yahushua never came up with something talking about color don't matter and his image don't matter. He revealed the image to John to let everybody know how he looked. It says, "Then shall the wicked be revealed, who the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth." See, and what's the spirit of his mouth? The prophets and the prophecies. The prophets and the prophecies. This is how he's going to reveal the wicked, that they were telling a lie, because the Apostle John was giving prophecy. That's why they say don't add or take away from this book, which they do. All of them add and take away and say, oh, you know what, the Edomites is really Yahushua and the Israelites. Now when you go into what is it? The spirit of his mouth, I want to certify that that's talking about the prophecy. And the prophets, here, Hosea 12:10, it says, "I have spoken by the prophets." See, the spirit of his mouth. He's speaking by the prophets. He says, "I have multiplied visions." He gave the prophets the true vision, the true image of God. Salaki. They got the true image of God. They don't got no false leprosy, albinism image that they done put up all over the place. They got the real image. See, that chocolate, that dark chocolate man. It says, "and use similitudes by the ministry of the prophets." See, they coming with the real image and not no fugazi, as they say in the hood. Okay, then Second Esdras 2, talking about the spirit of his mouth. He gonna destroy this lie with the spirit of his mouth. Second Esdras 15, it say, "Behold," verse 1, "speak thou into the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in your mouth." See, the spirit of his mouth. What? The prophecies that's coming out of his mouth. He's not just shooting you no random information. He's giving you prophecies. These people done said this 2,000 years ago, and it can't be changed. You can't change it. You can try all the tricks you want, but it ain't gonna change it. This the best sold book on the planet. The most sold book, the best sold book. See, the most respected book in the whole universe, and you ain't gonna change the prophecy. Ain't nothing you can do. You can't destroy the book. You can only kill people and try to keep them away from the book, but you gonna certify your devilhood. You gonna certify that you is the devil. See, you gonna make it a certified situation. He says, "and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." See, they just talking about, well, who wrote it? A man wrote it. No, man was moved by the Spirit to write these things in this book, man. He didn't get a bunch of people from different nations. He picked one nation. They had a history from dealing with him and being protected by him. See, so they just wasn't just any Mama Luke grabbing a book and writing something down. See, that's why he chose one nation. Make it simple and plain upon table. The Lord do not change. Let's get that in Habakkuk. See, he made this one nation. They had a history for writing things down, for keeping records, for dealing with the most powerful God in the universe. And this God told them to write this stuff down on paper, and it wound up being the greatest book in the whole universe. Verse 3, it say for the visions. No, I need verse 2 to get this the book situation. See, which give you the image. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision. See, write this image of God in the book. Because if you don't write this image of God, they'll think that these people is the image of God. See, they'll get them and say, oh, they got the image all over the TV. So they must be the image. They know they're not the image of God. It says, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. See, you ain't gonna be able to see the image of God through their TV. They not finna put the image of God. The Jay-Z, some drug dealer, he had to make a movie in the last days because they wasn't putting that image of God on that TV, man. You weren't finna find it. Verse 3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. See, it was an appointed time for Jay-Z to make that movie about what was it, Clarence, the book of Clarence. See, he had to wait to the end. He couldn't do that in the beginning of this captivity. It says, but at the end it shall speak. See, 2020 something, he can come out with a movie with a real image of God. It says that at the end it shall speak and not lie. So it ain't a lie that when he came out with that image. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Okay, so people might have thought that he was they was pretty much not gonna be able to come out with a movie like that. Because I know so many people made the statement they'll never make a movie with the real peoples in it. They're gonna keep making this 10 Commandments with Charleston Hester. They got the Ethiopians, even white people, man. Everybody in the movie white. All the people that certified dark-skinned people, they got them in there as white. See, they would never guessed it. They made a movie with a black guy, a colored guy in there, playing our Lord and our Savior. See, they would have never guessed it, man. So that's why he said, for a appointed time, it would not lie, even though it was tarry. It will not tarry all the way, because at the end it's going to get to speaking. See, and it's going to tell you the prophecies through the mouth of the prophets. And who is the prophet, to be specific? See, that's the whole key too. Who is the prophet? That's going to come out and start telling people the real image of God. This is 2:11. It says, I have raised up of your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarite. Is it not even thus, O you children of Israel, says the Lord? So he's saying the children of Israel is the prophet. Ain't just any random Mama Luke talking about, I got a Bible and I can read. I went to school to read, and I can tell you what's in the Bible. Say, no, you can't do it. The prophet is the Israelites, man. The children of Israel. He was dealing with them forever. Let's get the next chapter. Verse 2. He says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. I'm not just picking any kind of Mama Luke random person that want to grab a book and start reading it. It says, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquity. Nobody else can't run their mouth and say, oh, we was in slavery and they was misusing us and mistreating us. You can't come out your mouth for that crap. That was your own people doing that to you. And there was only 20 of y'all that went into captivity. That don't count. You got to have millions and millions and millions of people going into captivity, and their land got to be taken too. You just can't go into captivity thinking that's what it's talking about. No. It's your land. First of all, your land and all your peoples in that land got to go to captivity. That's the criteria. That's the foundation of the captivity. It ain't just you just got 30 people. Oh, the Russians killed 1 million Germans. No, y'all the same people, first of all, and nobody came and took y'all land and kicked y'all out of that land. Y'all the same people killing each other. That's Revelation 6 and 4. See? And so these people, and that's Matthew 12 and 25, Satan against Satan. See, his kingdom just gonna fall because he the same people enslaving and killing each other. It got to be an opposite nation. See, I'm gonna bring another nation to come throw y'all behind into slavery, man. And they gonna take your land, and they gonna be the worst of the heathen that's gonna come in here and do it too. I ain't just gonna let anybody have this situation. Okay, that's what I had seen. Okay, now let me get 137. That song. But we still on this televised situation. And 137 is a major televised situation. Okay. 137, Psalm 137. Okay, this is about the rivers of Babylon. There we sat down, yeah, we wept. We remember when we remember Zion. See, you can't be in your own land talking about you a slave. Cut it out, man. Y'all just having eternal wars, internal fights. You can't be in your land talking about you a slave. Get to your land with your peoples. Because it's a people before it's a land. See, the nation, the land is not called something, then a bunch of people move in there. It's the people got the name, and they named the land after the people. Oh, that's where them people stay, in that area over there. And then they just call it the land of those people. Like in Psalms 103, it say the land of Ham. This is where Ham and his children live at. But anyway, going into the televised situation. This is a major situation now. It says, for they that carried us away captive required of us a song. See, that's another reason that if the thing is so televised, because they always looking like what we got going on. It says, they that waste us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. Now, at the same time, this can be metaphorically spoken of as that new song. See, they want to see the new song. Tell us what you Israelites got to say. What do you think about the Lord? Because they see the nations always came to us to figure out what was going on with the Lord, to inquire of the Lord. That's why Nebuchadnezzar, he say, I'm gonna raise you up as second in command behind me, because your God is the real God, man. You got the real God. See, I know these other people out here worshiping freaking rocks and stones and worshiping trees, the Christmas tree. They're out here worshiping flowers and all kind of ignorant mess, alligators, frogs. He said, but you people got the real God. So this is kind of what they're talking about. Let me get that new song so folk know what I'm saying. And what, 44 got the new song? No, 49. It said, praise ye the Lord, sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise into the congregation of the saints. Who is the saints? Let Israel, see, Israel is the saints, not just any Mama Luke. And saints mean holy ones, mean the separated nation. Let Israel, separated bloodline to be specific. It says, let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion, see, that's what the saints is, man, be joyful in their king. So this is what it's talking about. They want to see what kind of song is y'all singing. What is y'all saying about the Lord? Because we know y'all the peoples, but we want to know what they saying about the Lord. That's why all these debates that's going on, nobody was going into these verses, nobody was bringing these subjects up until we hit the streets. When we hit the streets, then they want to come out with these subjects and go to talking about them. You will never heard them talking about this stuff. See, you never heard them going into deep debates about the virgin birth. You never heard that, man, until we forced them to do it. You never heard them talking about the true name of the Lord until we forced them to talk about the true name of the Lord. See, we forcing them to sing that new song. And let's get that in Revelation. Because they want to see what the Israelites, you children of Zion, what y'all got to say about the Lord? That goes along with that Zechariah, but let me get to Revelation first since I stated that. Revelation 14. And I'll get to Zechariah. You Israelites, what y'all got to say? It says, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song. You children of Zion, what y'all sing us a song? Sing us that song y'all talking about. See, what's that song y'all talking about? Sing us that song. You mean to tell me we gonna have to be punished for what we did? Sing us that song. See, they inquiring. That's why when we post up and pull out the altar, they coming to ask questions. These Negroes trying to cover their ears, pull the shoulder away, and say, oh, the prophet went crazy. And them some crazy Negroes on the street hollering at white peoples. See, they want to come with some ignorant mess out of their mouth. But the other nations, they come and say, well, what y'all got going on? Well, what's the Israelites saying? See, their spirit is drawing them to say, well, what y'all got going on? Because we follow y'all with anything. That's why in Genesis 49, they say he gonna follow. All the nations gonna follow Judah. See, they gonna follow Judah and ask Judah, what you got going on, Judah? Salakia. What Judah got going on? Because we know Judah is the main operator, Salakia. The spirit. Once you're trying to stop it, I'm going to let this be my last verses. It says, Genesis 49. It says, where is it? 8. Verse 8. It says, Judah, thou art he who your brothers shall praise. So everybody gonna praise Judah. Their hand shall be in the neck of their enemy. Okay? So everybody gonna stick to Judah. Here go verse 10 to get to the point. It said the scepter shall not depart from Judah. See, the rulership, the being the leader, he a Negro in the projects, man. They still want to put their hat to the back and sag their pants and be like a broke Negro, man, because he is Judah. He is the leader. They gonna follow him. Nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. People gonna gather to Judah. What you Negroes singing about, talking about? What y'all got to say? See, we know we got y'all at the bottom of the situation, but we want to know what y'all got to say and what y'all got to think about it. See, they can't get away from Judah. He too powered. The prophecy is dictating. This is why we telling folks to stick to the prophecy, and all their lies is gonna crumble. Now, when you go into what's the other one? They following the Israelites. Oh, Zechariah. Then I'm gonna get the awakening. It's Zechariah 8:23. Say, thus says the Lord of hosts, in those days, and it shall come to pass, 10 men shall take hold out of all nations, of all languages of the nations, meaning all the nations, all the non-Israelites, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. See, we gonna follow Judah, man. We gonna follow Judah because this is in our spirit, and it's the prophecy say we gonna do it, and that's what's being done. It's bigger than rap. How Rick Ross say, it's bigger than rap. It's bigger than this music. It's bigger than sports. It's bigger than entertainment. See, it's the prophecies. The prophecies is making it where they got to follow us. We can be in the project. We can be in prison. What's the boy Cartel from Benjamin? The Cartel dude that was in prison, making all kind of music, man. They following this man in the prison house, man. He in jail making music, and they listening to the music on the radio. You got all kind of people that go down to Jamaica, and they listening to Cartel, because all the Jamaicans listening to Cartel. See, let's get Ezekiel 37. That's the cream of the crop, because Ezekiel 37, Wisdom of Solomon, Wisdom of Solomon 5, Wisdom of Solomon 2, Ezekiel 37, Revelation 11, show how this great awakening is going to be seen by everybody. And they already going to follow Judah. Whatever Judah do, they going to follow him. Judah want to start a sport of doing anything. They going to follow Judah, man. It says, verse 18, to get to the point, and when the children of your people shall speak unto you, saying, will you not show us what you mean by these? See, what do you mean that we are from the tribe of Judah, and they from the tribe of Issachar and Naphtali? What do you mean by this stuff? Jump down to verse 20. It says, and the sticks wherein thou writest shall be in your hand before their eyes. That's the key point. It's going to be before their eyes. It's going to be televised. It's going to be before their eyes. It's going to be televised. Okay? That's why in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, it says, we going to prove, he said he the son of God. Let's make him prove it. See, let's torture his behind and see if he really is the son of God. See if he really is the Israelite. Let's torture him and see what happens. And then in verse 5, it says he going to stand in great boldness, even though the people torturing him, working his behind from sun up to sundown for minimum wage, giving him a, minimum wage, giving him a low cost of living. See, we going to torture him. And they say in Wisdom of Solomon 5, he going to stand with great boldness. Now, I want the revelation. I can end it in Revelation. Because all of that is being prophesied about. And Revelation is one of the big time prophecies. The last prophecy that was being pushed out by the prophets. Verse 8, it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. And Ezekiel chapter 4, it talks about the Israelites laying down. on the left side and on the right side. See, in captivity. It says, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. They forcing these people and coercing and hypnotizing and propagandizing these people to be Sodom and Gomorrites. It says, in Egypt, they in bondage, where also our Lord was crucified. Yahushua face being covered. They saying he a pig, earth pig. See, G is for earth and sus is for pig. They saying he's an Edomite with leprosy. He not a lamb unblemished. He got a blemish of leprosy. He got a blemish of the recessive genes in his eyes, blue eyes. He got a leprosy in the hair, yellow thin hair. See, they crucified him, killed his image, because he is the image of God, and they put a false image up. That's what Apostle Paul was digging into all over. Verse 11, it says, after 3 days and a half, that's 350 years from 1619, when the majority of that nation was being transported. Like I was saying, you can't just go off small numbers. You got to go off big numbers of people being transported and enslaved. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them. They stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. See, it's going to be televised, because people is going to be told the vision. It's tell the vision, televised, told the vision. People is going to be told the vision that these Negroes that would got these bed sheets and things around them with the tassels, they are the Israelites. These are the peoples of the Bible. These are the next rulers that's going to take over. These are the people that's going to get immortality and power. See, they already got power by the prophecies and people following them in their lowest state. See, that's like me going to a sane asylum, and I'm copying these crazy people in the crazy house, man. They doing all kind of moves, and they talking all kind of ways. I'm trying to talk like them. I'm trying to dress like them. And they in a freaking insane asylum, man. Crazy out of their mind. But they so amazing. I'm copying them. This is what's going on with these descendants of slaves, with the rap music and any other, the dress code. They want to dress and act like these people. And the people that pretty much going insane due to their captivity, due to the brainwashing and the torture that the elites say they want to put their behind through to see if they the real children. Say, yes, they the real children, and all that you doing, it ain't gonna work. But it's all being televised. They seeing it. And I just because I saw it say saw them. I gotta get rid of it. They saw them. When they saw them, look at verse 2 of chapter 5. When they see it, see, they gonna see it. It's being televised all day long, 24/7, sun up to sundown. What? That's Psalm 19:4. They're gonna see them from the words. The words is gonna be man, I got to get it because I don't want to butcher that one. Because that is the cream of the crop, King David, the house of David, the house of Judah. They're gonna follow him no matter what. Salakia. Okay, we can make this the last one. It says, their line is gone out through all the world, their words to the end of the world. Okay, so they online, man. But look at verse 2, that's what I really want to say. Day unto day uttered speech, night unto night showeth knowledge. See, they gonna show. You gonna see what they talking about. See, you gonna see what they talking about from day to day and night to night. Somebody online, their line is going out through the whole world. Worldwide online services. People is hearing that these are the children, and it's lies being told around here. A bunch of lies. These slaves, this major slavery that went down, that was all about the Bible. It wasn't about somebody trying to get rich, man. It was all about the Bible. It was all about the prophecies that had to happen. The prophecies that was going to be told and shown in the last days. Now, there was another one that was saying, in 2nd Ezra 6. I'm thinking it's saying the same thing. I want to get the whole matter. 2nd Ezra 6. Okay, and 20. Talaki. Say, when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished. So at the end of the world, then will I show these tokens. Then it's going to be televised. Then the revolution, the revolving door of rulership, is going to be seen. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. All together, people is going to see. It's going to be televised. See, and I didn't even too much plan this lesson. That was through the Spirit. I just thought about the title, but the verses came through perfectly. That's the Lord, through the Lord doing that. See, He putting these words in our mouth. We not sitting around contemplating for hours and hours, even though we want to, even though it's recommended, but we not putting a lot of deep thought and effort into these things. The Lord is using us as vessels of honor, to honor Him, making us living sacrifices and living lively stones for that spiritual temple and that spiritual house. But I'm going to leave it there. All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivity. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.